What's up, guys? Jibson here. Welcome back to Out of the Park Baseball. This is episode 1 of our first season together with the Montreal Rogues, the former Tampa Bay Rays, having been relocated to Montreal. It is 2030. It is our 6th season in charge of the Rogues, and it is opening day. We are starting off at home against the Rockies. You'll get a chance to see the newly renovated Olympic Stadium for the first time in all of its glory. And hopefully we can get off to a good start in our first 3 games at home against the Rays. Our first matchup against our old friend Taj Bradley, of course, who we traded to the Rockies, has become their ace. But before we get to the games, let's take a look at what we've done in the few months since you were last with me. It has been, 3 months. We're through spring training, and we have gone through the amateur draft. We've made some additional free agent signings and transactions. So let's take a look at what we've done and where we are to start the season. Our first draft pick in the amateur draft, which I have in this world, scheduled every year for the 1st of February, just so, the guys can get a full season in whatever league that I have them starting in. I just enjoy it a little bit more. I like having the draft happen in the off season instead of in the middle of the season, personally. Let me know if you know of any issues that might cause. I haven't seen any issues with it ever since the first season we've been doing this. Let me know if you've ever seen something like this, or if you have a different time during the year that you prefer to have the draft, and what benefit that has for development of the players, or just your own headcanon for it. I'm interested to hear how other people choose to play the game like that. Anyway, our first draft pick in the first round with the 30th pick overall. We had a great season last year, so didn't have a super high draft pick, but I'm very happy with our first pick, Mason Lewis, a switch hitting outfielder. I will have him mostly playing left field, I think, in the minors, especially here to start in rookie ball. Good contact potential, good eye potential, is already a decent enough player, is going to be able to contribute in rookie ball right away. Obviously, a college product at the star rating for this level, you can see, is 3.5 stars. That's more than enough, in my opinion, to be the everyday left fielder for them once that league starts up. We'll reevaluate later in the season. I think he does have the chance to end up finishing the season in A-ball, but we'll give him a shot to start out here in rookie ball. Pretty excited about him. At this point, his splits are favorable towards righties, so he's better on the left side of the plate, which I don't mind. His outfield isn't awesome in general, but hopefully if he reaches some of this potential with the bat, that'll more than make up for it, and we can have him as a left or right field option in a couple of seasons. Welcome to the organization, Mason Lewis. Our next pick was high school starting pitcher prospect Adam Cole out of, I guess, New York State. He was born in New York State, so a northern kind of guy. Sent down to Tampa to start the season in rookie ball. I loved seeing an 18-year-old high school product with 1 star overall, showing in relative to rookie ball that this league, he's only 2 stars. Obviously, this is the lowest level he can be in. I think he'll be able to contribute here fine. He'll be able to get enough playing time and won't get absolutely shelled like a lot of other college age or high school aged prospects do when they have to play in rookie ball. The stuff really needs to come up, but as those pitches develop, the stuff will improve. Happy enough with his control and movement for now. He'll have plenty of time. He'll probably have at least 1 or the full season, maybe 2 seasons here at rookie ball before he's ready to move up to A-ball. He's got stamina's not awesome. He looks fine. End of the second round, he was the 68th overall pick. I thought it was a decent enough pick. 6'3", only 3 pitches, a little bit concerning, but the Yeah, we'll see. He's already ranked as the 90th prospect. That's not too bad. But yep, we'll see how he does. We'll evaluate his progress. And just while we were looking at it, why don't we take a look at the minor league system rankings here. You can see we're ranked 6th as of a couple of days ago. I think this was just published, so this does include the most recent draft picks. It actually has Cole as a higher prospect than Mason Lewis was, which is interesting. But as expected, Rubio is still our top prospect. He's starting in Double A, as we mentioned. We're still happy enough that he's starting down here. He's still, he'll be in Triple A before long, depending on how he performs. When the stars are, it says he's only 2 stars at this level, but if he's performing, very well in Double A, of course we'll bring him up to Triple A before long. I believe he had a better relationship with the pitching coach in Double A than in Triple A for now, so we'll give him a little bit longer here. And yep, of course, still very excited about Rubio. Just 19 and a third or so he'll be 20, in the next off season. And I'm pretty optimistic that he might start with us in 2031, or at least start in AAA with the intention to bring him up during the season. I think that is making his debut in his age 20 season would be awesome, but we'll monitor his progress. And here are the voting results for the 2030 Hall of Fame ballot. As you can see, nobody was inducted this year. Votto got close in his second year. Adam Wainwright made a nice little push. A lot of the first ballot guys just pretty uninspiring. Charlie Blackmon, David Robertson, Jose Abreu were the guys who actually stayed on in their first try, and the rest of them dropped off, which is I think some of these guys probably will get in next year, but we'll see how the next class in 2031 is looking. I'm not sure if I can see that here. I guess these are the guys. So, there's some. So in 2031, we'll take a look at Max Scherzer, who will surely be getting in. Out of these guys, maybe McCutchen has a chance as well, but we'll take a look at that at the end of this season when we get to the next round of Hall of Fame voting. And here we are on the Meet the Team screen, just to take a look at a little bit from a high level where we are to start the year. Drew Romo's our best catcher. He's pretty average for the league, very good defensively, not great with the bat. Xavier Isaac, an above average first baseman in the league, going to be starting at first base. We'll mix in the DH sometime. Braden Taylor listed at second base. He's going to be our primary DH to start the year. He'll fill in at second and third when he needs to, when some of those guys are tired. Junior Caminero, 4th best third baseman in the league. Carson Williams, estimated 4th best shortstop. I think that's pretty, that makes sense. It's interesting to see that Carson Williams is a 4-star. Really, our scout thinks he's a 4.5-star guy as a 4th best, and then Junior is only a 3-star guy, but he's already the 3rd best or 4th best third baseman. Aiden Smith, Jackson Merrill. Right field is a little bit of an open question. You can see we have we picked up Raimel Medina off of waivers earlier. He's mostly going to be on the bench. They think he's our best right fielder. I don't think he's going to start there much. Shane McClanahan, Ryan Wall, a prospect who came up who's looking really awesome. I think within the next couple of years, he has a chance to be our closer, especially if Mason Miller prices us out. And, of course, Mason Miller, though, at the moment, our closer. Let's go to take a look at the owner goals for the season. Wants us to reach the playoffs. I think that is well within our possibility. If we don't reach the playoffs with this team, it's going to be a disappointment. I agree. We need to upgrade right field. The market just and our ability to spend on just didn't work out. We'll try to create some value in the aggregate at right field with some platooning. Increase attendance, we have a little while, but getting it up to that up to 57,000 will, as long as we keep winning, I think we should probably be able to accomplish that. And yeah, some of these ones are we still don't have any international amateurs who have reached the majors in our 6th season. That's not ideal, but Gustavo Rubio is pretty close. So we'll see if we can get him up quickly. Get him in playing soon. Actually, now that I mentioned that, he is. Oh yes, he was international free agent signing. So that would if he can get up before. I don't think we're going to pass this goal, really, is what it comes down to. And then long term, obviously, we want to reach the World Series. He's giving us 3 more years to get there. I think that's well within our possibility, as long as we keep improving our financial standing, increasing our attendance by winning, and therefore increasing our budget. At the moment, our budget is still below average, 21st in the league. And a 16th highest payroll. We still have a little bit of money to throw around, but that does mean we have no money for extensions at the moment. At this current moment, Junior Caminero is going to be a free agent. Obviously, we want to lock him up, but we'll see later in the season what his demands are going to be. At this point, we're going to start with a 6-man rotation. Shane McClanahan, Max Fried, Jason DeCaro, the young guy. We brought back Trevor Rogers. He was a free agent until very late. We got him back in this beginning of spring training just because we had a couple of pitching injuries and he was available for pretty cheap. And he had a great season for us last year. I have pretty low expectations, but we'll give him one more chance to build on a 3.5 WAR season with us last year. And then Jacob Waters, TJ Nichols, those guys are going to be sort of in and out of the bullpen, I assume, for this year. But of course, on opening day, we're going with Shane McClanahan. Hopefully he can stay healthy. He did not improve his injury proneness in the development lab. He is still wrecked. I want to limit his innings, especially at the beginning of the season, which is one of the reasons we're going with the 6-man rotation to start. In terms of our lineups here, we'll start. All of our first games are against right-handed pitchers, so we'll just take a look at that. Braden Taylor hitting leadoff. Carson Williams, Xavier Isaac Jr. Caminero is going to be the same front 4. Against righties and lefties, I think. And then against righties, we have Jackson Merrill, center field, Aiden Smith behind him at left, Drew Farrow, switch hitting at second behind him. JJ Bleday is going to play right field for us. He is looking okay. Again, he's one of our other right fielders who I'm just not thrilled with. But, we don't have any real better options at the moment. And unfortunately, we don't have any guys coming up. So that's going to be something we look to improve on through the season, whether the waiver wire or some available trades. And Drew Romo batting 9th at the catcher position. Take a quick look at the injured list. One of the reasons that we had Trevor Rogers back in the rotation is we have some pitching injuries. Of course, we knew Iriarte was going to be out for most of the year. Santiago Suarez is going to start on the injured list. He did okay in limited spring training outings. And then Cameron Weston is going to be back pretty soon. We'll give him a rehab assignment and before we bring him back into the bullpen. He was pretty good for us last year. He has decent stamina, so a good middle relief, long relief, even like a mop-up guy. The way I like to play, I don't sim any of the games. I go in and I make the substitutions, but I leave most of the strategy to my coaching staff. So you'll see when we get in there. Most games I will do sim until runners in scoring position. In the playoffs, I'll play out every at bat, and towards the end of the games when I'm micromanaging the bullpen, I'll play out every at bat a lot. But you'll see how I like to play. Maybe we'll play out the first couple of innings here, just because it is the start of the season. We'll at least get through the lineup, see everybody bat once, and see Shane pitch a little bit. So why don't we jump right in here? Here we are at the lovely domed Olympic Stadium in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. Why don't we just get right into it? Of the first batter of the game, Efren Teran for the Rockies, facing off against Shane McClanahan. Looks like it's an 0-1 count. Contact directly to Isaac, who's going to take it to first himself, the first out of the game. Next up to bat, Jefferson Rojas, a 2-strike count, hits it deep to left, but stays in the park. Aiden Smith puts him away, 2 outs. Hudson White, full count. That might come down. Looks like Blade is able to get under it. And 1-2-3 to start the game. Now let's switch it over to the Rogues. Braden Taylor, his first at-bat, coming off an amazing season for us last year. First pitch he sees looks like it's going to be decisive. He hits it into right center, and it's going to drop for extra bases. An excellent start to the season for us. Let's see if we can capitalize here. Carson Williams down to 0-2. Looks like that'll be a productive out. Runner on third, 1 out for Xavier Isaac. He puts it in play, and that should score the speedy Taylor, even though it is caught. Tagging at third. It is 1-0 Rogues here in the bottom of the first. Next up, Junior with 2 outs, nobody on, and he is going to put it right back up the middle for a 2-out base hit. Jackson Merrill with his first at bat in quite a while, and he is going to have extra bases as well. Let's see if Caminero is fast enough to score from first on that. It looks like he's going home. Meanwhile, Merrill goes for third, but it looks like he's cut off trying to take the extra base. That's going to end the inning. But great start, 3 hits, 2 runs. We are out in front. That's a quick strikeout for McClanahan to get Charlie Condon. Avina's going to put it in play, but it's right to Carson Williams. Charles McAdoo with the bases, or with the full count, nobody on, 2 outs. The 4-3 put out, end of the top of the second. Aiden Smith comes up for the first time. And Aiden Smith absolutely demolishes it opposite field. That's a solo home run in his first at-bat of the season. Aiden Smith, 379 feet. It is 3-0 Rogues. Drew Farreau with his first at-bat for us. Looks like that's going to be popped out into foul territory. 1 out. Next we have Blade with 2 strikes, and he puts it in play, hits it pretty well, straight to the right fielder. That's going to be the 2nd out. And finally, before the lineup turns over, it is Drew Romo, and he is just going to ground out first baseman to the pitcher, Bradley, who covered, and that's going to be the end of the 2nd inning. So now I'm going to start doing until runners in scoring position. We'll jump back in when there's guys who are on base and in threatening situations. So here we are still in the top of the 3rd. Ezekiel Tovar got on base and made his way to 2nd. There is 1 out. McClanahan gets him to fly out to left field. He is tagging. Let's see. It looks like he's safe at 3rd. So now it's third. Runner on 3rd. 2 outs for their leadoff hitter who walks after the full count. Next is Jefferson Rojas. He also works a full count. And he strikes out looking. We are here in the top of the 6th. We added another run through a solo Carson Williams home run a little bit earlier in the game. Other than that, not much has happened. It is still 4-0. It's the top of the 6th. McClanahan has thrown 79 pitches. I would like to keep him under 90, so I have Wright warming up in the bullpen. But we're going to give him probably 3 more batters here at in the top of the 6th. He gets the first one out quickly. 3 pitches. He's still at 82. Jefferson Rojas next up works a full count. He struck out last time out, it looks like, and he hits it straight back to Williams. Throws to first for the out. And what will definitely be McClanahan's last batter of the day, Hudson White. Regardless of what happens here, he is going to be, and he gets him. So 6 innings of 2-hit, no-run ball from McClanahan. a dominant performance coming back from an injury-riddled 2029 season. Here we are bringing Jamie Wright in at in the top of the 7th, relieving the very dominant McClanahan in his first start. And immediately there's a runner on third and no outs. Charlie Condon hit a leadoff triple here in the top of the 7th. So with that, I am going to immediately start warming up Ryan Wall. That's going to score a run, but it also gets the out at first. It is 4-1 Rogues. Not a huge deal for now. Grounds out. Oh, he does not. Xavier Isaac muffed it at first. So now it is runner at first, 1 out. Should have been out of the inning. He's now stealing, but there's no throw. Romo looks like he juggled it. Runner on second, 1 out. That's going to advance the runner as well. Is it out at first? He is. So now let's see. It's Wilyer Abreu to hit. I think I'm going to let Jamie Wright have one more guy. This is going to be the last batter. He's only thrown 15 pitches. That's to center field. It's pretty deep. Is he going to get to it? Yes. Jackson Merrill gets under it. Is going to put it away. And looks like we have 2 guys on to start the 7th. Aiden Smith, Drew Farreau both reached safely. Taj Bradley is still in here in the bottom of the 7th despite allowing 4 runs, all of which were earned. Only 91 pitches, though, so let's see if we can do some damage here while he's still in and while he's tired. J.J. Bleday is going to pop out. That'll be an infield fly. Not a great start here. Drew Romo has a chance. We're going to let him hit. It's only the 7th. Don't need to start messing with the pinch hitting, but maybe I should have because he immediately grounds into a double play on a 2-0 count. So we don't take advantage. Top of the 9th, still 4-1. Mason Miller in to close it out. I'm not going to make any defensive subs. I'm pretty happy with who's in for right now. We have the 3-run lead. First batter, Hudson White, 2 strike count. And he goes down swinging. Charlie Condon, the 4-hitter. Last time up, he hit a triple. He also strikes out on the 2-2 count. And Jay Savina representing final hope for the Rockies. Mason Miller deals on a 1-2 count, and he absolutely rips it into right field, off the wall. Is he going to make it all the way to third? It looks like he's going for the triple, and he is going to be in there safely. Not the end of the world. Does not represent even the tying run. Obviously not ideal that Miller has to throw more pitches after he got him to a 1-2 count, but we'll keep moving on. Charles McAdoo next, works a full count. And he walks him. So now the tying run is at the plate. We're going to warm up. Let's warm up another righty, our last righty on the bench, in the bullpen. Come on, Mason. First pitch he sees, and he dribbles it back to the pitcher. Is he going to get it? Nope. There's an error. The run scores, and the runners advance. Now the tying run is in scoring position after a throwing error. Mason Miller had the chance to put it out. He created his own error, so now he is going to have to deal with this. We're going to give him, I guess we got to give him 2 more guys, give the guy the chance to warm up. Another 2-strike count. He grounds it to, okay. Everybody calm down. It was never in doubt. The Rogues win 4-2 on a little bit more excitement than we were hoping for, but we will take it. Player of the game, Shane McClanahan, of course, 97 pitches, 5 strikeouts, 1 walk, 2 hits in 6 innings. I really did not want him to have to throw 97 pitches, but that last inning he was in, he threw too many, but now he'll get at least 6 days of rest. Hopefully we can manage his arm a little bit better than we did before. Couple of doubles, Taylor and Merrill, Aiden Smith and Carson Williams, each with solo home runs. Jamie Wright had an earned run. Ryan Wall had an excellent inning, and then Mason Miller got the save regardless, despite a shaky performance. Surely he will not be able to pitch. He will not be available for us in our next game, but we will absolutely take the win. Second game, a couple days later. This is now Saturday of opening weekend. Our first game was on Thursday, so we had a nice little day off after our win. So we're going to roll out the same lineup against them. This time Clay Holmes. Looks like they have the same lineup as well. Let's get into it. Bottom of the second, 2 outs. Drew Farrow just stole second base, it looks like, and we got a leadoff home run from Braden Taylor in the first. So we are up 1-0 in the bottom of the second. J.J. Bleday up against Clay Holmes, works a full count after that, and he walks. Now Drew Romo has a chance. 0-2, and he actually dumps it over the third baseman's head opposite field. Let's see, looks like he's going home, and he is safe. An 0-2 knock for Drew Romo extends our lead to 2-0. Too much Football Manager. Braden Taylor, his second time up, and he hits it into right field. We have a nice little 2-out rally going, and the right fielder muffs it. It gets through his legs. Second and third, and Bleday came home to score. It is 3-0. Second and third, 2 outs for Carson Williams. Works a 3-1 count, and he walks. Just an absolute disaster of an inning for Clay Holmes. First pitch, Xavier sees, and he grounds out to second base. We'll take it 3-0 in the bottom of the second. And we get in the bottom of the fifth, first and third, no outs for Jackson Merrill. His first pitch pops it up. That's going to be the first out. Aiden Smith up next. Full count. But he's 0 for 2 on the day, and he's going to walk. The bases are loaded for Drew Farrow, and they are going to bring in Griffin Canning in relief. Farrow is going to hit it to left field, but that is going to be caught. Let's see. We are not going to attempt to tag up. It was too shallow. It falls to J.J. Bleday to try to deliver any of these guys, and he is going to hit it up the middle. That's a base hit. That should score 2. First and second now, but 2-run score. Yes, Caminero is safe. It is now 5-0 Rogues in the fifth. Inning continues. Drew Romo, he's going to ground out. But we extend the lead. Max Fried has 81 pitches, top of the sixth. We can watch some of his dealing. Let's see if I'm going to end up jinxing him, and of course I do. I never said anything, but I still jinxed him. Top 7. We're still under 80. We're still at 88 pitches. So we're going to give Fried the chance, but we have Del Rosario warming up. First batter lines out to Isaac at first base. He gets Condon to strike out. That's his 6th of the day. And let's see what should be his final batter, Jay Savina. 2 strikes, and he also strikes out. So another dominant outing from our lefty starting pitching. First and third, 2 outs here in the top of the 8th. Gets him to 2 strikes. Gets him to ground out. He goes to the short way to second. End of the 8th. I think we're going to leave Del Rosario in to start the top of the 9th. But we'll get somebody warming up when we get there, just in case he runs into any trouble. Del Rosario threw 17 pitches, but looks in pretty good shape. I'm going to bring in Luke Little in the bullpen just in case. They're righty dominant, but we'll let Little warm up. If we really get into trouble, we can warm up either Mason Miller or Wall. First pitch to Del Rosario. He pops it into center. Jackson Merrill makes the diving catch. An excellent play. But it looks like, okay, Merrill appeared to be injured, but he's going to stay in the game. That was a little stressful for a second. Hudson White up next is going to get walked. Charlie Condon here, 2-2 pitch. Double play ball, and they are going to turn it. That will end the game. A dominant 5-0 win for the Rogues over the Rockies. Player of the game, of course, Max Fried absolutely dominated out there on the bump. Braden Taylor with the home run, and that was the only extra base hit. We just played small ball and managed to win 5-0. Here we are again against the Rockies, our final game of the series of the opening weekend against them. We've taken the first two. Let's see if we can complete the sweep. Jason DeCaro on the mound for us, hoping for him to prove himself to be a major league capable starting pitcher for us. First and second, 2 outs for the Rogues here in the bottom of the first. Jackson Merrill with a chance. Grounds it to second, but he muffs it. That's going to be an error, and it loads the bases. Brings up Aiden Smith. Smith flies out to center to end the inning. Can't capitalize on the error. Top second here, they have a man on second. Jace Avina just stole second base. He's going to move up to third on the ground out. So, man on third, 2 outs. Let's see if DeCaro can get out of this unscathed. He looks like he will. Flies out to J.J. Bleday in right field. No damage, still 0-0. A little bit of trouble for DeCaro again. Kane Kepley, Aldale Coloquia on base. Charles McAdoo at the plate with 2 outs. Works a full count. DeCaro delivers, and he strikes him out swinging, and that ends the inning. Once again, Jason DeCaro, flirting with disaster, gets out of it. Bottom 4 here, looks like Drew Farreau just drove in a run on a triple. There is 1 out here. J.J. Bleday up. Let's see if he can drive in Farreau from third, and he is going to strike out looking. A little disappointing here against Davis Martin, their starter. Drew Romo has a chance to bring him in, and he grounds out to third or to shortstop. 6-3, inning over. Once again, runners on base in the top of the 5th. 2 outs, though. DeCaro has the chance to get out of this. It looks like Caminero muffed the play. Is that going to be an error? Yes, first error of the season for him. DeCaro facing McAdoo once again with 2 outs. 1-1 count will be the decisive count, and he drops it into center field for a hit. That's going to score at least 1, and it scores 2. So a couple of unearned runs here, a little bit disappointing. That's 87 pitches. Let's see if he can get out of it now. Pretty unlucky for him. He gets the ground out to end the inning, but those are 2 unearned runs for Jason DeCaro. That'll be the end of his day. Braden Taylor led off the bottom of the 5th with a double, so Carson Williams to bat next. Up the third base line into left field, that's going to be extra bases, and that will tie the game. Very clutch hitting by Carson Williams, who has to come out of the game with a knee injury. That is potentially devastating for us. We are going to bring in Let's see. For the end of this game, Jordan Diaz is not really. He could play third. I could move Caminero over to shortstop for the rest of this game. I think that's what we are going to do. That's because Braden Taylor. I don't want to give up the DH, so we're gonna sacrifice a little bit on infield defense here. But Jordan Diaz is going to pinch run and move in to play third base. Hopefully that's not too bad of an injury. It does say that it's diagnosis pending, which is usually not can be a bad sign. So fingers crossed that Carson Williams is not seriously injured here in the first series of the year. Xavier Isaac has the chance, though, to continue doing damage this inning. Grounds it back to the pitcher. He has the chance. No, he is not going to beat that out, and the runner doesn't even advance. Now Caminero flies it to center field, but is out. Jackson Merrill, last chance to continue the inning, and he is going to pop out into the infield. The second baseman gets it, end of the inning. So it's 2-2 here. Prayers up for Carson Williams. Jamie Wright has allowed a base runner here, and that is going to be gone, it looks like. A 2-run home run. Now the Rockies have the lead again, 4-2. Not ideal for Jamie Wright. Runner on second with no outs. Aiden Smith led off this inning with a home run. That's how it's 4-3 now. And then Drew Farrow hits a double. So let's see if we can do some damage here. In the sixth, looks like that's going to be... No, he beats it out. An infield hit. Couldn't get it to the pitcher covering first in time. It is first and third, no outs. We have the chance to either take the lead or tie up this game. Drew Romo up next. And he's going to hit it to the second baseman, who comes home with it. And he's safe. He beats the throw to home. So not only do they not get the out, it is a tie ball game, and we still have 2 men on and no outs. Braden Taylor to hit next. Let's just keep piling it on here, guys. And that's going to come down. That's going to be a base hit. Scoring from second is Blade. Taylor stays at first. Once again, first and second, no outs. And the Rogues have the lead again. I'm going to sit down AJ Minter before he starts tiring. Jordan Diaz up next against Roansy Contreras, who is the new pitcher to relieve. And he hits it into right field for a base hit. And the throw goes home, meaning the 2 runners are going to advance. It is second and third, no outs, 6-4. This is becoming an absolutely excellent inning for us. Still no outs, 4 runs on the board. And he walks Xavier Isaac. The bases are loaded with no outs for Junior Caminero. Can he do something magical here? He hits it deep into center, but it's going to be caught. That will score a run. The runner does not tag from second. First, but it is now 7-4 Rogues. And Jackson Merrill hits it to the wall. That's going to score 1, maybe 2 runs. This is just an incredible inning here for us. Standing on second is Jackson Merrill. 1 run is in. Xavier Isaac stayed at third. Probably a smart play on his part. Aiden Smith, who led off the inning with a home run, has a chance to do more damage here for us, and he strikes out. That's okay. Let's get Minter back up, warming up. Now that there are 2 outs, Drew Farrow has a chance to extend the inning. And he hits it into left center, but it's caught. We score 6 runs to take a dominant lead, 8-4. We're going to get the lefties some work. We don't want them to go this entire series without working, despite this being such a righty-heavy team. But we're just going to limit their usage, probably 3 or 4 batters each. Top of the ninth here. It is now 10-4 after an earlier home run from Drew Romo extended our lead. We made some defensive subs. We brought some of the guys in who haven't played much yet. Raimel Medina at right, Enzo Paulino at left, Anderson Delgado, our backup catcher, and Tim Herron has the chance to finish off the game. And a leadoff hit. Not ideal, but we have room to work with here. Tim Herron up again, and that is going to be gets away from him, but he doesn't advance, and he walks the next guy. It is now all of a sudden 2 men on and no outs. Infield fly for the power hitter Reyes. 1 out, 2 men on. Grounder to second base, to second for the first out, and to first for the end of the game. Couple of base runners, but they do not score. The game ends 10-4. The Rogues are off to a sweep to start the season. It is a 3-0 start. Looks like Jason DeCaro gets the player of the game again. Player of the game ratings really do love pitchers. He only threw 5 innings, and he didn't allow a run, of course, an earned run, that is, a couple of unearned from that error in the 5th inning, I guess, or the 4th, whenever that was. Couple of home runs here. Drew Romo, Aiden Smith, Drew Farreau hit a triple, a bunch of doubles, including one by Farreau. And let's see, Enzo Paulino had his one at bat. He hit a single. Braden Taylor off to a great start. He's hitting over 500 through the first 3 games. Diaz went 1 for 2 today after coming in for Carson Williams. Xavier Isaac, a little worrying. Not a very good start for him. Caminero, Merrill doing okay. Aiden Smith okay. And let's leave it there. I will come back for the next series, probably our first away series of the year is. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Please share with any of your baseball loving friends. And I'll see you in the next one. See ya.